So the next in line is actually, we can proudly say, is the only female tonight here on this stage.
Woohoo!
We made it, at least one. So Daria is gonna talk about how for confused students to find where do they need to study. So please welcome StudyDive.
Hello everyone, my name is Daria and I want to tell you about StudyDive. Well, actually StudyDive is a marketplace for offline education. Let me ask you a question. How often do you search for extra education for yourself or probably for your children? Let me tell you about my story. I have 2 children, so that's why I'm constantly searching for extra education. If, for example, my children want to study robotics, how does my experiments look like? Well, actually, I will Google robotic in Kyiv. Then there is a number of tabs to open and compare. As a rule, there is not enough information there for decision making, so there is a need for a phone call. Or, even worse, Google Forms. You need to fill them again and again and wait for a phone call back. From the other side, schools, they don't know, and educational providers, they don't know how to attract students, and they promote themselves by flyers and posters, which are not efficient anymore. So what we propose is booking.com in education. So just imagine, one marketplace for all educational opportunities from different spheres and different countries. You want to study art in Paris or marketing nearby, it doesn't matter. Just imagine a place where there is an easy refund in case of cancellation or complaint, or learning passes and certification, plus pre-selection of educational providers, just in one place. We've launched. At the moment, we have MVP version where you can search courses nearby, you can compare them, you can book them, and you can pay for the ticket within our system. Our traction, just in 2 months, 80+ educational providers signed contracts with us. 300 tickets were purchased within our system. Our transaction model is pretty simple at the moment. We are already charging 5% per transaction. And we have agreements to charge more with extra functionality we are going to develop. We are constantly growing. At the moment, we are growing like 50% per week. Yes, there are a lot of different competitors at the moment in different spheres, but we provide offline experience, and that differs us from most of our competitors. Plus, as I said, it's a refund system, plus learning passes, certification, and your courses, materials, storage, and everything in one place. Team, probably is the most great part of my presentation because we have something to be proud of. We are a team of 8 experts. We've done 2 successful projects before. The first one is a public procurement system with billions in procurement value. The second one is national healthcare system. And there are 18 million of registered users at the moment. So actually, we know how to work hard. We know how to work together. We know how to build successful and secure marketplaces. And at the moment, we have launched StudyDive. What we are looking for? We are looking for international expansion. So that's why we want to develop further, and we are looking for partners in frames of international expansion. Also, we want to develop our functionality because we do want to become booking.com, but in education. Thus, we are developing personalization, mobile app, learning passes, certification storage, course material storage, network with peers, so forth. Thank you very much.
Questions?
I'll ask the obvious question. How much money are you looking for, and what would you use it for specifically?
At the moment, we are looking for half a million plus half a million for further development, and half a million for international expansion. We have a couple of ideas of markets with the greatest potential. For example, the nearest are like Turkey and India. And we have a lot of ideas in frames of our functionality development. We can discuss it if you want later.
Is it a spin-off of an existing company, or are you starting from scratch?
We're starting it, but we're starting it from zero. But actually, before launching our MVP version, just to validate our idea that there is a demand for search for education, we've launched a Telegram channel, and which was posting only about education. And our organic growth with no marketing budget was 4,000 followers within 2 months. Like this.
International expansion sounds ambitious, which is good.
Thank you.
Which markets would you like to start with? You're currently in Ukraine, correct? And
Currently, we are based in Kyiv, so that's why we are starting with Kyiv. Later on, during this year, we are going to the regions. But for the next year, we decided to expand it in at least one country. At the moment, we are thinking about Turkey, actually, because their private education is about like 5 billion estimation, according to reports. And actually, there is a huge niche of private education, and the average age of population is under 35. So they are like in a constant development by themselves. But we are thinking about India as well. There are like 100 billions.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
Specific study subjects you will start with, just to narrow in the market, or will you go very broad?
A good question. Thank you very much. Actually, at the moment, we've started with short-term courses or like one-time event in different spheres, like marketing, IT, arts, innovation trends, and so on. Just because in this case, we do know how to return clients. And in our case, even within these 2 months, we have like up to 20% of recurring purchases just in 2 months. So that's why we've started with broad, specific in frames of disciplines, but we are focused on short-time events.
There was one judge who was...
Regarding international expansion, do you have any agreement with foreign educational providers?
At the moment, no. So that's why we are looking for strategical partners, actually. So we are looking for strategical educational providers, actually, or someone who knows marketplaces or education sphere in a particular market.
Any agreement with some potential partner in Turkey or India?
Not so far.
Okay, thank you.
But we are open for any kind of discussion.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you.
much. If anyone can provide a media partnership,